Today we're here at the Bocce Courts, and I'm about to talk to Gloria Stofus. My name is Mary Zolli. We're both members of the Bocce and Social Club. But first, I'm going to talk a little bit about why she decided to join not only that club, but several clubs that she belongs to in the village. Hi, Gloria.
Hi, Mary.
I saw you at the dance last night.
I saw you boogieing. Rock and rollers.
We
baby
often...
boobers, we just do it all.
Yes, we do. We're dancers. And I was just wondering, you could have sat home, got a nice movie on Netflix, and watched that, but instead you came out. Why did you do that?
Social, social, social. It's so good for us. We live 25 years longer in Laguna Woods because we get up off our butts. And we don't have sciatic.
But speaking of medical issues, you are playing these sports and being very active on, what are the other clubs you're in now?
I play baton, billiards, bocce, 3 dance clubs, ping pong, or table tennis, some people call it. And I've had 9 surgeries this year.
Yes, 9 surgeries. I've had 1 surgery, and I can't imagine 9.
I have even had brain surgery
Wow.
from some drunk hitting me, and I've been paralyzed. So by God, if I can do this stuff, anybody can do it. It's so healthy to get out and be among people. So
You recently participated in the Village Games. Can you
bet.
tell us your experience with that?
I can only do 3, but I signed up for 4. I couldn't do badminton. I still had stitches in my back, but I did bocce, I did baton, I won a bronze in that, I did billiards, and I won a bronze in that.
I am so proud of her. We're both fairly new to the village,
Yeah.
and we are really happy that we're here because, and we're gonna segue now into this particular club where we met, and it's called the Bocce and Social Club. So by the title, you can see that we're not only talking about a sport, we're talking about deliberate activities to bring people together. So this Tuesday is the upcoming Thanksgiving dance, which I hear is a dress-up affair. And it'll be nice to see everybody dressed up because normally we're here on the courts in our sporting stuff, concentrating on the game. So you could have joined some other sports. What about bocce makes you like to play it?
Probably the people.
Ah,
People like you, people who know how to be happy.
yes.
And it's just a really good social thing because there's been times this year I haven't been able to play, but it still didn't stop me from being in the games.
That's right.
So.
It didn't stop you. And happiness is something that I would like to spread all over the village. I know that the holidays are coming up, and sometimes they can be a little tricky. There's extra family people to get along with and not our usual schedules. So I think it's going to be important to participate in a lot of events. I think we need to keep up our 3 times a week bocce. I know I look forward to just coming out here for an hour or 2, not only for the people, but I like the challenge of it. I took a lesson from Don DiMaggio, and he taught me how to bank the ball against the side. And I had been trying to concentrate on getting the ball near to the target that we go for. But that's doing 2 things. And to focus on one thing is better. It's simpler. And once you learn that, honest to goodness, All you have to do is control your speed and your accuracy. So that's what I'm working on right now. I did participate in the Battle of the Sexes that the Bocce Club has every year. Now that was exciting. There was some competitive feel between the sexes, and it wasn't all pretty, but we ended up still all being friends. And one of my ulterior motives in talking about this is next year, I want the women to win. And turns out they haven't in 10 years or so. So I'm particularly putting a call out to women in the village to join the bocce team. We will help you learn how to play. And by gosh, by next year, we can win. I know we can. So the other cool thing about this is the social aspect, like she said. And so there are specific dances to go to. And I hope we keep those. There's been some discussion on the board about dances. But like Gloria said at the beginning, I mean, dancing is symbolic of happiness to me. If we can move together to music, stay limber, stay feeling young, I think that's the fountain of youth right there. So Gloria, thank you so much for sharing your experiences today. And
Thank
let's
you.
go play some
Let's
bocce
go play
today.
bocce.
Yeah. I'm here, Mary Zolli, with Valerie Baker, and we're at our Sunday bocce day, and we like to come down here and play. And the name of this club is called the Bocce and Social Club. And that's important because it covers two aspects. As a matter of fact, I met Valerie at a dance that she organized for the Bocce and Social Club. And there was a dance contest. And she had thought that maybe I should come to ballroom dancing. And I'm like, no, I don't do that. And so they partnered people up. And I was like, oh, do I have to have a partner for this? Because I felt kind of shy and like, oh, dear. And then, lo and behold, this ballroom dancing person came down, took my hand, we danced, and we won the contest. Oh my gosh. So then, Valerie gave me this lovely little handwritten card congratulating me on that, and $10. And so we met there. And then we started hanging out at dances, coming here. Valerie knows a lot of people. In fact, she's on the board of the Bocce and Social Club. And I think we're going to talk first about, what we've gotten from playing the physical game of Bocce. Valerie, what do you like about the actual game?
Well, the reason that I joined is I am half Italian, and it's an Italian sport. And I like the idea of being outside, because you can play in any kind of weather except rain. And you're pretty certain you're not going to get hurt. And I have really good hand-eye coordination because I was an actual bowler. So I took this up, and about 8 months after I started playing, I played in the games, and I won a gold medal. So then I got really excited about it. And then I was asked to be on the board. So I chair 3 dances a year. The very first one I chaired, Mary won the dance contest. And I think that's when we became better friends. We went from acquaintances to friends. So I try to get as many people as I can over here. We're trying to get, I don't want the other people to hear this, but we're trying to get a younger group that actually play. We have a large membership. We have about 325 people, but they don't all play because they are getting older, and they just come to the dinner dances. So,
I mentioned a little ulterior motive of doing this How Women Thrive from Bocce and Social Club, because next year I want the women to win in the battle of the sexes.
no,
so-
you're not the only woman who wants that. But
I know. And so all we have to do is get some more people, and we can do it. I know we can do it.
we can do it. We have some really great players.
We do.
Barbara is really good.
Yep. Debbie Warren just won a prize at the Laguna Games. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
she did. So we have a lot of people to emulate. Like, I am happy that I'm able to throw the ball as well as I can, but I have a long way to go.
I think you got good right away.
Well, yeah,
I
wanna
watched
get
you the
better.
other day, and you were really hot.
Well, thank you, Valerie. And I believe that you played the Village Games last year and
I won a
won
gold.
She won a gold in bocce. So,
I also won a silver in poker and a silver in volleyball, which I don't do that anymore. I have some issues, joint issues. I'm left-handed, and I have a torn tendon right at this time. So really all I can do is dance or hike.
another thing I want to talk with Valerie about is theater, because I belong to Theater Guild and the Old Pros, and I've done acting quite a bit in my life. And when Valerie and I were hanging out one day, I said, "Hey, why don't you audition for the next musical?" And Valerie, what did you say?
I said if I could get a bit part, like dancing in the chorus in the back of the stage, that I would think about it. And so it was because of Mary that I did, I came out and I learned a few steps. And I was actually going to do costumes or makeup, but the gal who was the dance choreographer gave me one part, and then she gave me two parts, and then I was dancing like 5 or 6 scenes, and I got over my shyness. But one of the reasons I want to do it, and I think a lot of women should feel this way, we moved here, most of us, for all the things that Laguna Woods Village has to offer, and theater is one of them. So like, she came here and she just jumped right in, but there's people like me who've never tried it, and this is a great place. It's a great place to start and be comfortable. Nobody judges you. It's just been so much fun.
The play that Valerie was in was called The Magic Jukebox, and it'll be showing, and you can see Valerie on there dancing in her varied costumes. That was something big about the show, is we had to run backstage like mad women and change into these completely different costumes. And at one point we were marching in a protest march of the 60s, and she had to come off the stage from her 50s stroll number, and literally we were in a hallway. She was madly
the
throwing
lobby.
on clothes, including hair paraphernalia, grabbing her side and then coming out and marching. And it was, that's what theater is. It's a lot of fun. You get to know a lot of new people. Haven't you met a
It
lot
was
of
a blast.
new people?
Yes. I feel like I made new friends and probably will be friends with them, for a long time.
Yes. And her son came to the show, and he watched her, and then the other night she told me together they watched the video of the show. And you told me a little story about why you got your son involved in piano. Can you tell about that?
I always regretted that I didn't play piano, for one thing, but I was very, very shy. I didn't do any school plays or anything like that, and I was terrified to even give a speech. So when I had my son, I was determined that he was going to play the piano, and he was also going to be comfortable, with the microphone or on stage. And he took lessons for 10 years. And the first 6, he played once a month in front of 40 families at a recital. And I would watch him, and, of course I was thinking, this is me, He does this because of me. So he came to the play the other night. Well, actually, it was Sunday, wasn't it? Or Saturday night? I don't remember. Anyway, he sat right in front,
Sunday.
and he danced with me, and he was so proud of me. And then we watched the show the other night on the DVD, and he called me a star.
And there's nothing better than being called a star, you guys.
Yeah, even if it is from your son.
Yeah, no, just having your little moment in the sun. Speaking of suns, it brings out something inside you that a lot of us sometimes don't get to show in real life. And some people stay in that shyness mode their whole life. And in my teaching career, I used to tell my students, you will be more successful and have more fun in life if you guys just let that go. You're going to come up here, you're going to do that speech, and we're all going to be listening. And when you get done, you're going to have this feeling of achievement and fulfillment like you have never known. Run out there, try. Well, I'm not advocating drugs, but if you did have a drug, no matter what it did for you, it can't possibly do for you what theater can do for you.
That's true. Yeah, you come off of there high. It's just a totally natural high. And the other thing I learned from this too is that the people that are watching you have no idea you're afraid. They don't know. So if you get out there and you push that facet of your character out there to do it, pretty soon you follow behind it and you're doing it. I feel like, other than memorizing lines, I feel like I could, do another play. But I'm afraid I wouldn't be able to memorize the lines. So it'd have to be easy stuff.
Memorizing the lines does hold people back a little bit, but it doesn't have to. There's another type of theater that we're going to be promoting in February at Theater Guild, which is called improvisation, improv for short. For that, you don't have to memorize any lines. You just get up there.
And do what we're doing right now.
Yeah, and do what you did when you were a little kid. Like, didn't you play house? Didn't you? We used to play orphanage because I had a little touch of drama then. And we used to play school and play weddings. And you remember when you just felt like, oh, I'm in this special little world. Well, that's how you can feel in improv. Don't be scared. I was scared to do improv. I took traditional acting classes for a long time. Improv is different. It requires thinking on your feet. So if you want to stay strong in your mind, come to the Emeritus class in the mornings on Monday, and you can just watch it first. And I'm telling you, there are all these little games where you can just start to participate in a small way. And pretty soon, you start getting that high again, and you get hooked, Then I noticed that people start to take on a little more. Some people I acted with last year now are going out of town to different acting classes all over because they've got the bug. So whether you come and watch the play, whether you work behind the scenes, whether you actually have a big or a small part, you will have a lot of fun. I guarantee it. Valerie, is there anything else you'd like to share about, I noticed at the Theater Guild meeting the other night when people were asked to tell a story about their theater experience, I saw you kind of think for a minute, and we all get this feeling, oh no, I'm not going to do that. But I saw her push herself. I saw her make that little leap of faith in herself, let her fear go, walk up there, proud and strong, and tell a little story about the shyness.
Well, I figured if I was on stage in front of 400 or 500 people, that I could make myself get up in front of, 60 or 80 people that were club members that I had just, performed with, rehearsed with. I was a little bit nervous, but I'd had a couple of glasses of wine, so that made it a little easier. I actually don't recall everything I said, but I know I made somebody laugh. I did hear laughter.
In vino veritas.
But I thought of something after. I was really, the day after the play ended, someone told me, that I would be like Crash. And that is what happened, because we've been rehearsing towards, getting closer to the play. We were together almost every day for hours at a time. So on that first Monday, I thought about it, and I thought, well, the next one, I don't want to perform. I don't want to dance. I want to help backstage. I want to do makeup and I want to do costumes. And I decided, because of the costume changes and us tearing our clothes off in the lobby before we even got into the door to finish dressing because of timing, that I would like to volunteer as a dresser and help the other people, even if you just have their shoes ready and their, whatever it is, I would like to do that. And also I'd like to help with the makeup. I helped with 3 men. I don't know if you knew that. I did their eyebrows and their lips and finished off their makeup.
Yeah.
So,
Well, theater is something that you can come and enjoy, and thank you so much today for sharing
you're welcome.
yourself with us. Today we're here with Gloria at another sport that she plays, and it's billiards. Now, I'm going to ask her to give me a lesson, because when I go out to play, sometimes I'm very good, and then sometimes, it's horrible. So I want her to teach me the strategies and the techniques so that I can have a more even game. So, Gloria, why do you like to play billiards?
It brings back good memories when my husband was alive.
Oh.
So widows, get out there and join the club on Mondays. 6:30, 6:15's better. So come and join us at Clubhouse 3 so far. We'll be having a new room next year probably. So we're in Clubhouse 1 right now. And just come and have some fun. I'll give you a lesson. Doesn't cost you a thing. Maybe I want an apple or an orange.
Oh, wow. I mean, doesn't cost a thing. Think about that. Anyway, Gloria, I think that maybe you played in those village games at this sport also. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Tell me about some of the players you played against. Do we have any good people? Any sharks? Any people that...
Men and women. I played against, it was men and women. I'm praying all morning. I hope I don't have to play with Al. He's 91. He is so good. Guess who the first game's with? Al. And the lady, his partner, just won a gold medal. But I did manage to get a bronze.
Oh my gosh. You're killing me, girl.
But I'm not
Wow.
that good, but I can teach you, things. So I always say, do as I say, but don't always do as I do.
Gotcha.
Because I am
familiar.
not perfect.
No?
No, I just
Yeah.
try to be.
I thought you were. You are to me.
I'm going to see how you hold your stick.
Okay. So...
And I want you to be comfortable. Don't tighten up. Don't be uncomfortable with it. But you be...
Should I try shooting?
Yeah, I want you to shoot this 9 ball downhill. And I can tell you where to hit it. You're going to hit it right here, because you don't want to hit it dead on, because you'll scratch. You scratch, you give the next guy a gift. It's a ball in hand then.
No,
So
you don't want to do that.
When it hits, it'll hit the cushion,
All right.
and you won't scratch.
I'll try. Now, see, that's the thing. playing bocce gives you the same skill that I'm using now in pool or in golf.
Using your head.
Yeah, and it's also eye-hand coordination, isn't it?
It's very, it's like drama. See how good? You're natural.
Sometimes I can do it like that. But then there's other times that I'm horrible because I don't understand the
okay.
angle thing.
Well, that's why I had these shots.
That's
set
why when
up.
you told me the place to hit it.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Do as I say, don't always do as I do.
So, Gloria, how could people find you if they wanted to come here and learn?
I'm here almost every day.
Every day? Really?
You look when you walk in, you'll see my name signed in.
Okay. Wow.
And that's important because they keep the rooms nice. If they know people's using the room, they're going to keep them cleaned up.
Nice.
So,
Good.
yeah, you can pretty well find me.
All right. Is there anybody you've helped in the past?
I'm teaching a lady who's 83 right now. She's getting there. And Marion is her name too. And she's just a sweetheart. She thinks she's not good, but she is. Because every time she plays, she gets a little bit better. And now she's called me and asked if I would teach her neighbor.
Wow.
So that's pretty cool. So
That is.
there'll be 2 people I can help.
You know what? You have the ingredients of a successful teacher, and that is that you instill your students with confidence.
Yes.
And that's the most important gift we can give to anybody.
Yes. And it's
Awesome.
fun. It's just so much fun to help. Because these are women that don't get out enough.
I worry about that actually, because
know.
I have some neighbors and they go out to the grocery store, but I don't see them going out to other things. I've invited them to plays. I want to know how we can bottle our spirit and give it to people. So I'm hoping that we encourage more people to get out of their homes.
I belong to the Hikers Club.
You do?
So yesterday I was out on a hike before the dance last night.
No way.
And there was a lady just been here 4 days, moved here from Alaska. So I was saying, come to Bill's, come on Monday evening, come and join the women.
Yeah.
Come be with us, because we really are fun. And Wednesday night you get to play the boys. I tell you what happened to me. Mary, the first time I won, the very first time, they played 4 games, 9-ball. I don't play 9-ball. I won all 4 games.
Oh my God. And how did they react?
Oh, they were just so nice to me. So nice.
Oh, wow. I thought we might hear the opposite, but
No. The women and the men, they are just really, really good people. I used to play with a 95-year-old lady,
wow.
Millie Levine.
Mm-hmm.
She is in assisted living now. I still go visit Millie because she just was so good in pool.
And when you do an activity together, there's some kind of bonding that goes on. It's not like your acquaintances. It's like you're joined in the same activity, and something about doing it together. It reminds me of that Sesame Street song when my kids were little, working together and playing together. Playing. Let's all be about playing.